guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name's Ailey, thanks for watching. Today's video is going to be a video that I mentioned that I was probably going to do back in my how I stopped biting my nails video. So this is going to be my, I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, it's either going to be like 5 tips of how to stop smoking or how I stopped smoking or something like that. But basically I'm going to share with you my top 5 tips on how to stop, and I'm going to kind of give you a little bit of insight on how these things helped me stop smoking and kind of other little bits and pieces of things that I tried. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. So my first tip to you is, if you're going to stop smoking, you have to want to stop, because if you don't want to stop, you're not gonna. Simple as that. If you're trying to do it for somebody else, if you're trying to do it for like a particular reason that isn't really important to you, then it's just not gonna happen. It is an addiction, but it's also a habit. And if any of you have other sort of habits, even if you're not a smoker, although I don't know why you'd be watching this if you're not a smoker. Yeah. Anyway, if you have kind of bad habits, you know that they're really difficult to kick, so you really have to want to. I know that's something that sounds really simple, but I've tried to stop smoking in the past, like to save money and stuff like that, and it didn't work. And I'm now 4, possibly 5 years stopped smoking. So yeah, definitely you have to really want to stop. So the reason that I wanted to stop smoking in the first place was, a few years ago I got my teeth done, and it's something that I wanted done for a really long time, and I just decided to bite the bullet. I found a really good place in Glasgow and I paid it up every month for, I think it was 2 years, and I got my teeth done. So I got mine straightened with an Inman aligner. I'll leave the video linked somewhere, either up here or in the description box for you, so you can go and check that out if you want. And I got them whitened, and I thought, I'm not spending all this money on my teeth and smoking and making them yellow and horrible. So that was what, for me, made me want to stop smoking. I didn't necessarily want to stop smoking, I just wanted to not have like all the bad side effects that came along with it, like the kind of smelly breath, the yellow teeth and stuff like that. So that really made me want to do it, and I thought, if I'm going to keep smoking, I'm not going to get my teeth done, and I really want my teeth done, so I stopped smoking. Tip number 2 is find something to suppress the urge. That sounds really obvious, but a lot of people are like, eat sweeties and stuff like that. Mine was Polo Mints, and usually I ate spearmint Polo Mints, and I switched to the full mint ones, and I don't know, I just found that because it left a really nice sort of flavour in my mouth, it was just easier for me not to smoke, because if I did, it would give me that sort of horrible smoky taste in my mouth, and I'd want a Polo Mint anyway. So instead of having the cigarette in the first place, I would have the Polo Mint. This didn't help when I started smoking menthols though, so do be aware that sometimes these things will work for a little while, and then if you relapse, they may not work again. So it worked for a little while the first time I stopped smoking, and then it stopped working because they brought out really cool menthols. But I have a funny feeling that that's all about to change, and that you're not going to be able to get menthols anymore. So yeah, find something to suppress it, whether it's chewing gum or, like I did, Polo Mints or something like that, because your mouth is going to want to do something, and you don't want to start biting your nails. Or if you do bite your nails, you don't want to make that worse. That was one of my biggest fears. So yeah, just try and find something that you can replace it with that's not bad. That's kind of the main difficult part of it. A lot of people will replace it with eating sweeties and stuff like that, and you don't really want to go down that route. So the third one I have is keep your hands busy. So I would normally smoke, kind of, say I had something to eat, I would normally want a cigarette after that. So I would just automatically, that's what I would do. Because you're gonna do that, you know that that's when you want to kind of keep your hands busy, that's when you want to do something. So I found, I was a really big Call of Duty fan. I haven't played it in a while, but I used to find that I couldn't really smoke while I was playing until I learned how to hold the cigarette in my mouth and take a draw from it while I was playing. But that's a different story. So try and find something like, I don't know, this sounds really sad, but knitting or sewing or something that you have to use your hands for, that you can't smoke at the same time. Try and do stuff like that. It just keeps your hands busy. It's the same as what I said with my nail biting one. If your hands are busy, you can't do the other thing, and eventually your mind is so concentrated on what you're doing that you're not thinking about, oh, I need that cigarette, I need that cigarette. So that's kind of something as well. Don't have the temptation, so don't buy them. Don't have emergency fags. Oh, I had emergency packets hidden places. I had emergency little packets of tobacco hidden places, just in case, like I had to have it there, just in case I really, really needed one. If I had a really bad day, that was my emergency stash. Don't do it, bad idea. Just don't have any around you. Make sure that all of your friends know not to offer you one. Make sure that when you're out on the drink that there's maybe a designated person that stops you from smoking, because that really helps as well. Tip number 4 is save all the money you would normally spend on cigarettes in a jar. So if you're kind of building up to stopping, then keep in mind how much you would normally spend. So if you were going to go and buy cigarettes twice a week, take the money from that twice a week and put it in a jar. If you bought them every day, take the money from that, put it in a jar. I swear, when you've got 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, £100 in that jar, you're going to be like, I'm really glad I didn't buy fags with that. I'm really glad that I now have that money. If you're like me, you can go and buy makeup with that money. You know what I mean? It's seeing the amount of money. And when I stopped smoking, trying to think, cigarettes didn't cost half of what they cost now, so I actually don't think I could afford to smoke now anyway. But yeah, all that money, if you think about it, you could save it all up over the course of a year and go on holiday. Would you rather smoke all year, or would you rather go on holiday? I know what I would rather. So save it all in a jar, and I know people who have done this for a few years and bought cars. So it's an insane amount of money that you could be saving. And the last option, which is the option that I ended up going for, which does still cost money, but it doesn't cost a fraction of what cigarettes cost. So tip 5 is try an e-cig. Now, I know that there is insane controversy over this just now, so I'm not saying run out and buy an e-cig if you want to stop smoking. That's definitely not what I'm doing. I'm not recommending that everybody goes out and starts smoking e-cigs. But if you have tried everything and you really can't kick the habit, then I think that it is a nicer alternative. You don't get the horrible taste in your mouth, you can get loads of different flavours, you can get nicotine-free options as well. So if you're a really heavy smoker, you can start on, I think it's 18 milligrams now, it used to be 24, but these are all regulated now. So they're not allowed to do a lot of certain things, they've all got to be tested properly, they've all got to be safe. So it's not kind of like when they first came out, they are regulated if you buy them from a proper supplier. I get mine from Jack Vapour, so I will list that in the description box below if you want to go over it and read a little bit more about it. But it is just a kind of safer alternative. They're not saying that it's completely risk-free, they're not saying there's no side effects that come along with it, and neither am I, but it is a hell of a lot better for you than smoking is. It's not half as bad as smoking is for you, because you're not putting all that chemicals into your body. Basically, I think it's glycerin, but I'll put it on the screen for you so you can see, and there's one that's made from vegetable glycerin or something like that, and flavouring, and then they'll put nicotine in it if you pick one with nicotine, but you can get ones that don't have any nicotine at all. Currently I'm on 3 milligrams, I think it is. Now, I don't know any cigarette that I've ever smoked that's 3 milligrams. And I have the Jack Vapour Series S17. I don't know if it's just the Series S, but I have the purple one. It's kind of like a purpley pink colour, and it's obviously got the tank on top, and then this is the battery. So yeah, I really like mine. If you'd like to see a video all about the e-cig, how I came to find the e-cig, what I think about Jack Vapour, what the options are, blah-de-blah-de-blah, then do let me know in the comments below. I can definitely do that for you, because this is definitely not my first, probably won't be my last. I definitely don't use it as much as I used to, but definitely a good way to cut back on your nicotine. And then if you do keep the habit, you know, it's not as bad as kind of reverting back to smoking. Still costs money, obviously, but not half of what I would be spending now buying cigarettes. So yeah, if you want to see more on that, then just let me know. I can definitely do that. I can break it all down and kind of give you my tips of what ones I think would be better. Obviously, I don't have all of my old ones because I've either given them to people or I've gotten rid of them. But yeah, those are kind of my top tips to stop smoking. Now, they're not going to work for everybody. You really have to liking tip 1, you have to want it. So if none of these tips work for you, don't be disheartened. There is something that will work for you eventually. If not, you can go and see your doctor, because it is free to get counselling and stuff like that. They will help you, they will give you stuff. You can get patches, you can get chewing gum, you can get inhalers, you can get so many different things now that will help you stop smoking. But hopefully these tips will help. If not, like I say, you should definitely go and see your doctor. If you've been smoking for a very long time, you should see your doctor before you quit anyway, because sometimes it can be really bad just to quit like that. If I've missed anything, I'll put it in the description box below. If you've got any questions for me, please leave them in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer them. But I think that is about it. So yeah. As I said, I've been stopped for 4+ years now, and it's definitely the best decision I ever made. It made me feel like rubbish, and since I've been stopped, I feel 10 times better. I can walk up a hill without coughing my lungs up and stuff like that. Not that I'm actually that much fitter, but I can definitely breathe a lot easier. I don't get half as many colds. I don't get sick as often at all. So I definitely recommend stopping if you do smoke. And obviously not starting in the first place if you don't smoke. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful to at least one person. If it was, I would love if you would give me a thumbs up and subscribe. I post videos every Wednesday and Friday, so yeah, hopefully I will see you again soon. Bye!